You just said no. You said no.
No, incidental, well, because we're already investigating. We're not opening a new investigation. It's part of it.
Nothing to do with Russia, and you're holding this into your mouth.
Well, because it has to deal with the unmasking of names and whether or not all this was gathered properly.
So, an ongoing investigation, you thought it was appropriate to come and talk to us about that?
Just remember, we have had an ongoing investigation into Russia for a very, very long time and all of their activities. So, we have the scoping document of the Russian investigation, and we will continue to investigate anything and everything else that might be caught up in this, because clearly we are concerned about what ends up in intelligence products, why, and whether or not there was unmasking.
Mr. Chairman,
I'm going to have to get back to the
Mr. Communications were in fact monitored. Can you say what he was communicating about or who he was communicating with?
No, I can't get into that.
But you also said that somebody brought you this information very recently. Can you tell us who brought you this information
Well,
and why they brought it?
I can tell you this, that we've been asking for people to come forward, and it was the proper channels and the proper clearances, and I'm just going to leave it at that, because we have to protect people who came forward in the right manner.
Would you describe that person as an intelligence whistleblower, sir?
I'm not even going to say it's one person.
To be clear, you talk about this being collected incidentally, but you said it has nothing to do with Russia. Are you suggesting that these communications could have been collected incidentally as part of a criminal investigation, a criminal warrant?
No.
So how do you believe they were?
Because I read what I was in the dozens of reports I was able to see. I was able to determine that it looks like it was legal collection, incidental collection, that then made it itself into intelligence reports. So it has to deal with FISA, and there's multiple number of FISA warrants that are out there, but there's nothing criminal at all involved. So I got to take one more question. I'm sorry.
Was it information that was looked at in real time, or was it information that was collected, held, stored, and then allowed to be looked at later?
It was fairly quickly, just from what I've seen. But we have to. Once we get the reports, then we can ask more questions of the agencies that produce the reports.
If it was legal collection, what is it that you find inappropriate about it? And are you attempting to give the president political cover for his wiretapping claim?
Because the reason that we do this, and we have all these procedures in place, is to protect American citizens who are incidentally collected. And so there's certain thresholds that have to be met to make it into foreign intelligence products. If something else happened where it appears to me like there were things that maybe they didn't meet the minimum qualifications, I don't know, but there are things to me that don't reach the level of foreign intelligence value. And if that's the case, you have to ask yourself, why did those end up in reports?
But just to clarify, this is not intentional spying on Donald Trump or anybody in his
I have
orbit.
no idea. We won't know that.
Well, you said this is incidental
we won't
collection.
know that until we get to the bottom of did people ask for the unmasking of additional names within President-elect's transition team.
But you've said legal and incidental. That doesn't sound like a
so
proactive effort to spy.
I would refer you to, we had a similar issue with members of Congress that were being picked up in incidental collection a little over a year ago. We had to spend a full year working with the DNI on the proper notification for members of Congress to be notified, which comes through the Gang of Eight. And I would refer you to that because it looks very, very similar to that. But that'd be the best way I can describe it.
Mr. President, was President name specifically unmasked? Was his name unmasked?
I'm not going to get into that, but I have every indication that it's clear who's in these reports. I'm going to have to get going, guys. I have to get to vote.
Who would have access to those unmasked names? Just to be clear, would it just be people within the intelligence community, or?
We don't know that yet. So we don't know who did the unmasking and then who it would have been disseminated to.
Right.
When again are you going to speak to the president, Mr. Chairman?
I don't know. I assume I'm going to be fine with the health care bill, so I probably don't have to talk to him for a while. He has to talk to others. All right. Thank you.